Okay, I don't have to be quiet tonight, which is good. So obviously the internet has come back. Excellent. So, I figured out what the knocking, no, not the knocking, what the piano key was. That was my boss, I think. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure that was my boss, just making the piano keys go off as she goes past in the dark. So I don't know why she does that, but she does that, so, you know. Not much else has happened, I would say. My working environment is a little bit tense, and I have a disagreement kind of like with a coworker. Not really a disagreement in so much as our personalities kind of clash. Not very fun. Like, as I say, she's a lot more extroverted than I am, and yeah. Oh well. Aside from that, not much happening. I'm well over halfway through the book that I'm reading. Yep. Oh, I caught a rat. I set a big special rat trap. It doesn't just catch rats, it catches hedgehogs and honestly whatever will go through. But, you know, it's designed to eradicate pests, and I caught a rat that I believe to be a brown rat, even though it was climbing. Like, the situation was, I put the trap on top of the caravan in the intern kitchen, and because, like, that's where it had been seen and heard, is up high. But, like, you know, so black rats are the ones that you typically find climbing, and brown rats are more like burrowers, but hey. It was relatively small, probably. And this rat, yeah, just in the trap, and it's all good. So I was excited about that. It's probably a little bit weird to admit, but I used, like a mouse as the bait. Actually, that doesn't sound so bad by itself. Yeah. No, we had a mouse in a mouse trap, and I just put it into the rat trap, and, you know, Kentucky Fried Mouse. All is well. It was raining today. Not bright whatsoever. No sun. It was just water coming out of the sky. I woke up earlier and I had a shower. I think I had some kind of dream that involved like a trail, like climbing. Like, I think I climbed some rocks and I expected to get to the other side of the rocks, but it was like a ditch, which was really weird. I don't know. I dreamed about needing to use the bathroom because, you know, what else would you dream about? And I had another dream relating to another hobby of mine. It's too nerdy to talk about. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing, J. Robson? What are you doing? I think I have 2 kefir grains. Might have almost had 3, but I might have accidentally killed it because it was small enough to keep accidentally being swallowed into my belly. So whatever. Whatever. That was a few weeks ago now, but anyway, I do have like a very popcorn looking grain in all the same, and the second one that's a third as big, third, fourth, I don't know. Yeah. The other interns, including the ones that are gone now, were not very, like, they kind of were criticizing me and sort of ribbing at me for using the laptop as often as I do. It's kind of, I'm not as extroverted as them, and I don't really need others to feel, I don't know. But yeah, I said, man, I'm kind of sick of seeing AI generated content everywhere, and I think I was also going to expand that. I will expand that sentiment into saying I'm getting a bit tired of long form essayist slop. I think probably a lot of interesting things to say in there by everyone, so I mean, I'm definitely always going to watch it, but you know, video games aren't always reality. I don't know what to say about that. But either way, like, YouTube is not what it used to feel like, I think. Anyway, so I said, you know, I'm kind of sick of seeing all this generative AI stuff. I just want to see stuff made by humans. Even if it's, like, bad. And, you know, they kind of were like, well, Jay, you can solve that problem by just not being on the internet. And, like, you know, this kind of thing was just getting a bit constant, so whatever. They kind of like going at me for this kind of thing when I'm like, and then they are watching movies. Like, they interrupted my time in here so they could download and watch movies. And the one that's still here, the intern that's still here, she's watching like Netflix. Like, I've never subscribed to Netflix. I've never had Netflix. I don't know. Slight rant over, I suppose. My phone and I have found a kind of equilibrium, whereas the first time I realized it lost some 30% charge in about an hour. It's now still doing something like that. I just don't let it drop below 50%, so it requires constant charging every day, which, you know, alright, whatever. What's going on over here? Oopsie. Yeah. We have a propagation workshop coming up, so I was responsible for finding all of the jars of methylated spirits and all the cloths for such, and you know, blah blah blah, Stanley knives. Hair of the Eternal Torment. And tomorrow I get to find all the root stocks to be putting on, which is fun. Fun. It's alright, this is a part of the experience. I will become a horticulturalist. I will be the one growing the food one day. Nursery and horticulture. I'm sure I can do a lot with this. It's not your average horticulture internship at that. We use compost buckets. So, what I mean to say is, we poop in buckets, and then we fill the buckets with sawdust every time we do that. And then we use that on the gardens. Not on food plants or on apple trees or anything, but like, you know, that's gonna annoy me. Yeah. I wasn't sure I was comfortable with it at first, but now I'm like, I'm alright. I am comfortable emptying the poo buckets. Kinda means someone else doesn't have to do them. Is the old guy who's the groundskeeper, he's old and probably, I would just like to make his life a little easier. My god, this is like the 4th video I'm doing, and I'm trying to document my progress so rigidly that we're like 15 minutes into this almost, and like I'm still doing the hair. But that's okay, it's okay. Maybe I will do like a speed drawing compilation so that the point actually gets across. That's probably a good idea. I think I'll do that, and then I can just I can just yap over that while yeah, that's a good idea. Decision made. Recorded. Cool. What's my update for this week? Oh my goodness. Okay. Boop.